flashy politicians, neither of them so. So Anastasia Palaszczuk clearly appeals to the people of Queensland.
And Gladys is doing a great job here in New South Wales, and I think the Queensland government could learn a thing or two about the way to run an economy from us.
Well, as we saw from the final week of the campaign as well, Gladys Berejiklian has enormous energy and drive, and she's across all of the detail of the key issues, which perhaps was lacking, as
Can I
we
just
saw.
say, shout out to Kate Carnell. She says, thanks for reminding people that I exist. We have not forgotten Kate. I have not forgotten you. All those years spent at the ACT Legislative Assembly counted for something.
Well done. Well done. And thanks for watching, Kate Carnell.
And a great CEO of Beyond Blue.
Exactly.
Tomorrow's newspaper front pages, why don't we check them out now? They are coming in to 9 Election HQ, and I need my glasses, but there you go. The Sun Herald, historic win for Premier. Front page, Gladys Berejiklian front and centre. I can't read the stuff underneath.
Berejiklian becomes New South Wales' first elected female Premier after Labor vote collapses.
Just showing off.
So that is the front. Yeah, I've got younger eyes, Pete. Let's go on to the Sunday Telegraph.
Oh,
Gladiator.
look at that.
What a great headline.
That's a great one.
Very, very catchy. A defiant Premier fights off Labor doomsayers. Stadium scare to claim historic win.
Yeah, what we do in life echoes throughout eternity. Sorry, from Gladiator.
I was thinking, what? Okay, Rob.
Thanks, Russell Crowe.
I got some more of those.
Philosopher.
Father to a murdered child. Can you do the whole thing or just that bit?
Oh, I've got a few more, but let's leave until later.
Just a reminder, we expect Michael Daly to make his speech at the Coogee Bay Hotel very, very shortly. He has spoken by telephone to Gladys Berejiklian, the incoming Premier. So we will go to Michael Daly first, and then we'll go to Gladys Berejiklian in the CBD. We'll take a break. Yes?
Sorry, no.
Yes, no, Chris?
Take a break. We need to pay for this.
We do. We'll pay the piper.
We need to pause to pay the piper, and we'll take a break on 9 New South Wales
It's
Decides.
all over. Bankstown West is...
This is election 2019. New South Wales Decides.
Welcome back to Nine's election coverage, and New South Wales has decided. That's a live shot of Liberal Party headquarters. We are waiting to hear from the Premier, Gladys Berejiklian, who has achieved an historic win. And we are also waiting, we'll take you there as soon as we see Michael Daly appearing at Coogee for the Labor Party HQ. The phone calls have been made. He has conceded. And the Scott Morrison, the Prime Minister, is speaking right now.
And how good is the Liberal Party here in New South Wales? Not too long from now, I know Gladys will be here, and it's a great privilege for Jenny and I to be here with our fellow Liberals in New South Wales to congratulate our New South Wales Liberal team on their extraordinary and disciplined and courageous result tonight to return good government to New South Wales once again. I want to thank all Liberals across New South Wales for the way you've worked hard out there today. I was on the same booths today as you, and you've done a great job in bringing back a great government that has done wonderful things here for New South Wales. So to Gladys and Dominic and all of the team here in New South Wales, thank you for the great government that you've been delivering to people here in New South Wales, and thank you for the great advertisement you've been for the Liberal Party here in New South Wales.
OK, we're going to leave the Prime Minister there because Michael Daly is about to speak.
You're a nation who are still inhabiting La Perouse, having been there for a very long time. A short time ago, I telephoned Premier Gladys Berejiklian and congratulated her on her victory. I congratulate the Coalition on having retained government tonight, even though the result is still not yet finally certain. And I'd like to thank all members who served in the last Parliament, those that have been returned and those that are retiring. Can I begin also by thanking my deputy, my wonderful, hard-working deputy, Penny Sharp. You're an absolute trooper. Penny certainly is an ornament to the party. I respect you and I admire you greatly, and I thank you for the work that you have done, Penny, for us since you've been in Parliament, but particularly with me in the last 4 months. Can I thank all of our shadow ministers? I've said of this shadow ministry that I think it's probably, without being disrespectful to any that have come before it, probably the most well-travelled shadow ministry in the history of the New South Wales opposition. For the last 8 years, we've been to every corner of the state. Can I thank all of our MPs and the candidates who stood today for all of their efforts as well. But can I thank all of you, you beautiful people in red T-shirts, and the 22,000 of you and 22,000 just like you who've door-knocked and spoken to people all over New South Wales and put posters on poles and done all of the things that you need to do in campaigns for the last 4 months. Thank you so much. You can hold your head high, all of you, as can our party. We have a long and proud history in the Labor Party. Sometimes we win them and sometimes we lose them. But one thing never changes: our passion, our belief and our mission to make New South Wales and Australia a better place, and that is what we will continue to do. And whilst, of course, I'm disappointed in the result tonight, I am so proud of your efforts. I became the leader of the Labor Party 134 days ago. I had a short time to do what I needed to do. I thought that would be enough time to get across the state, and certainly we've done about 10,000 kilometres or more in our big red bus, but it just wasn't long enough. But I can tell you that it is my intention to remain the leader of the party. Friends, what we sought to do in this campaign was to run a positive campaign in an era of politics where all too often negativity wins. We sought to make this campaign one of a contest of ideas on things like climate change, on the environment, disgusted as we were with 1 million dead fish in Menindee. And we sought to re-engage a Labor Party with the regions, and we've done just that, and we can be very proud of our efforts in that regard. One of the concerns I have about the result tonight, being someone who believes in the political stability that the two-party system does and has delivered to Australia and New South Wales, is that it really hasn't been all that great a night for the major parties. And we do have more work to do if we're not going to see a continual erosion of public confidence in the political system. When I became the leader 134 days ago, I appealed for a better discourse, a better behaved parliament, to make politics and political discussion about ideas and not about personalities and not about attacking people. And when we return to the Legislative Assembly of New South Wales, hopefully with me as leader, that is what I intend to prosecute when we return. There will be no retreat from that. Although the result is unclear in final terms tonight, our role is not unclear. From opposition, we will continue to make it a contest of ideas. We will continue to look for the loftier things in public life and to hold this government to account. And can I conclude with a few thank yous? Firstly, to the ALP head office and to Kayla Murnane, the first female secretary of the ALP. She's been running 2 campaigns simultaneously, and I certainly know what it's like to be in her shoes with hard work day after day. Can I thank my small team, my very small team in the Leader's office, led by Chris Neal, my Chief of Staff, and Bruce Hawker. We were up against an enormous machine today, but I can tell you this, to that small band of people who operate out of Parliament House, I wouldn't swap you for anyone in the world. Hold your heads high. You've done an enormous job. Can I thank the unions of New South Wales, Mark Morey, and all of our brothers and sisters in the union movement who turned out for us today and who gave us such terrific support with ideas and energy and people on the ground. Thank you very much for your contribution. Can I thank my electorate office, beginning with Dylan Parker. He's done an enormous job, as always. My right-hand man in Maroubra, and Lisa and Kevin. Yes, Lisa, obviously she's here. And Karen and Sandy, thank you very much. Can I thank the people of Maroubra who have re-elected me again tonight? They've been doing so continually since 1995. It is a great privilege to be the member for God's country. Thank you once again for the privilege. And finally, can I thank my family? Mum and Dad are here tonight with all the Daly clan and all the little kids. But most of all, I'd like to thank my angel here, who's been running the family completely without me for the last 4 months. You are my strength, and you're the greatest person in my life. What about Marjorie? This woman has done an amazing job in a short period of time, and she'll make a great MP. And finally, friends, can I just say, it's been, it seems like a very, very long time indeed since I've been able to have a drink or two with friends. I can't remember the last time I do it, so I think I might reacquaint myself with that enjoyable experience now. Thank you very much for the privilege. Thank you very much for your efforts. Hold your head high. Thank you.
Opposition leader Michael Daly there with his concession speech to the Labor faithful gathered in Coogee HQ. He has confirmed that he does intend, despite this loss tonight, to remain as leader of the party, expressing great disappointment in the result and saying that the 134 days or 4 months that he has been leader of the opposition simply wasn't enough, and also expressing real disappointment in the outcome for the major parties this evening, saying politicians need to reflect generally. And Chris, your reflections on the speech tonight?
I thought it might... Look, Michael Daly has been up against it. He's had a massive team behind him. When I say massive, hugely experienced team behind him. But I wonder whether or not the stadium's idea, the stadium's slogan was just that. Like I said earlier in the coverage, was it just a gimmick? And has this government actually done that much wrong? I know you were saying before, Prue, you know, people in Sydney find it difficult to live here. Well, what's that say about the Labor Party as an alternative to the coalition government? Yeah,
I mean, it's obviously not a speech you ever want to make, but I think that's right, Chris. I think, you know, we really... we know that life in Sydney is hard, but I think maybe people didn't feel like they had, when they went to the booths today, maybe they didn't know a reason to vote for Labor. Our campaign was about the government, and I think we prosecuted that argument. But Michael had a very short amount of time, and I think he was right in saying that. You know, he just came in extraordinary circumstances. Really hard for anyone to sort of come out after Australia Day and try to knock off a government.
Morris, it looks like Coogee probably is the only one Labor will win. Do you think it was the right thing of Mr Daly to do just in that speech to say that he intends to remain the leader?
Well, I think with Michael, he's clearly stated that he's going to contest the leadership. And for him, so if you put yourself in his shoes, he's been the leader for 5 minutes and then thrust into an election campaign. So it's only natural that he would stand up and say that he intends to
Do you think it's
contest
the right thing
again.
Do you think it's the right thing for the Labor Party?
Well, that'll be up to the caucus and those of his colleagues. You look at, I mean, the Premier had 2 years, and I had 2 years, and it's very difficult, if not impossible, to make the case for change.
Morris, we might interrupt here and take a
till the
listen
end
here
of
to
the
the Labor.
That's what I'm saying. It's too early to see. I'm not making any comments. Are you feeling good?
Okay, thank you. What are you hearing about Premier Gladys
We should head
Berejiklian?
over to the Liberal Party's
Are the shots coming in from
HQ?
the...
She's about to step up.
Okay, she's about to step up, I'm being told. So let's go to the Sofitel Wentworth in the CBD of Sydney. We'll get our live link up there. And I can hear
you there.
Okay, Mark. Mark, Peter Overton, can you hear me, my friend?
Got you, Peter. I'm just standing outside the main doors here, waiting for Ms Berejiklian to come through the front doors. Huge crowd here. They've all been shouting 4 more years. So it's the scene is set, and they've just been waiting for Michael Daly to finish off. Huge crowd. Cameras are all here, and I'm just standing outside to try to give the cameraman and our team the tip that she's coming. So she'll be here very, very soon, Peter. They've been chanting 4 more years, Gladys, Gladys, Gladys.
We had to leave.
And it's just about to happen there, Peter. So any second now she'll come in the doors.
We had to leave Scott Morrison's speech to hear from Michael Daly. How was he received when he concluded?
Oh, they listen, Peter. They listen quietly. In fact, I saw Nick Greiner telling people to keep quiet and give Michael Daly his say. So it was pretty courteous here, I have to say. And it was up on the big monitor. They listened to all of it, and but he was not the person they wanted to hear. They wanted to hear from Gladys. In fact, it was funny because at one point Scott Morrison was talking, as you know, at the same time as Michael Daly. You took the Michael Daly feed, but Scott Morrison did speak for another few minutes while Daly was speaking, and then Scott Morrison obviously trying to get a bit of glow out of this win, and then he disappeared. So still waiting here.
Okay, we'll come back to you in a minute,
Gladys
Mark.
to walk through the doors.
We are hearing, obviously, through social media as well, from lots of congratulations.
Get ready.
And as we wait for Gladys to arrive, Chris Ullman, there's been a tweet from
Malcolm Turnbull has tweeted, yes, congratulations, Gladys, exclamation mark. A victory as historic as it is well deserved tonight. The winners are the people of New South Wales. We put that on the record because we look forward to seeing what he tweets on the night of the federal election.
It will be interesting what he...
Hang on, there's a blast from the past of that music.
It's been you, woman, right down the line.
Okay. Chris is enjoying this.
This is ELO, isn't it?
I don't know, mate. We're not on FM radio. I really don't know.
I think this is the Electric Light, or I could be. I stand corrected, but
we need to Shazam
possibly
it.
one of the worst bands in history.
Someone should. ELO is not one of the worst bands in history.
Yes, it
I
is.
don't think that was ELO.
What is it?
Okay, is that the thumbs up? Is that the thumbs up that ELO is the worst band in history, or is that the
Aerosmith is.
Aerosmith, okay. Having a bit of fun. It's been a long day.
Right down the line is ELO.
Oh, there we go. We're looking at a live shot of Liberal Party celebration. We are waiting to see the Premier after her historic win in the state of New South Wales as she addresses the Liberal supporters there in the crowd, among them
How
John
good
Howard.
is this, Rob?
Could be Jerry. So it could be Jerry Rafferty.
Oh,
Okay, no.
yes, that's who it is.
It's Jerry Rafferty.
Well, it was his worst song.
Reflect for us, Rob,
never
though, about
recovered after he left
how are you
Steelers
feeling
wheel.
tonight, Rob?
Oh, look, I'm exhausted, like I think every candidate is in this election. But just seeing that result with Penrith, that was really gratifying to see. Stuart has worked very, very hard. East Hills is an extraordinary result. Labor are running the same candidate twice in a row, and they've gone backwards. It's extraordinary.
Whilst in some of our seats we won't have a result.
Without a sitting member.
Yeah.
Without an incumbent.
Oh, that's an incredible result, and Wendy was right on the mark. And whilst it looks, difficult for the Nats tonight, I think Murray is our biggest challenge. I'd rather be on our side of the ledger tonight with all those pre-poll and postals to count. Barwon, for example, Gilgandra and Coonabarabran, 3,000 pre-poll votes in those two booths haven't been counted. Broken Hill has been counted. So I suspect Andrew Scheer, who's big in the racing industry, the poultry industry, is going to pull that one through.
I'll tell you what's interesting is Jamie Clements, the former General Secretary of the New South Wales Labor Party, just tweeted, "I joined New South Wales Labor in 1998 as a white Central Coast boy, disgusted with Pauline Hanson. What Michael Daly said in the Blue Mountains makes me ashamed. We can't have him as a leader, can we?"
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, well, one of the things he's going to have to put up with now is a One Nation seat in the upper house. There is the Labor Party presence, a former Labor Party presence, Mark Latham, will be in the upper house for the numbers that we're seeing this evening. We'll go to those in a moment.
Great. All right.
Here we go. Here's the Premier.
As the chance of 4 more years are held.
How thrilling.
An historic win for the Premier, Gladys Berejiklian.
Peter Collins there, former opposition
former member for Willoughby.
Gladys used to work for Peter Collins.
She lives in my electorate.
This is quite the evening for her, the first female Premier to be elected in New South Wales. In her own right. And obviously a resounding result for the coalition. Yet we are still to find out the makeup of this government.
There's a family. Yep.
There's a silver jumpsuit.
Yes.
There's Mary.
Yeah. There's Mum and Dad.
Oh, they should
Wouldn't they be?
so
It's a hell of a story.
It's a
hell of a
beautiful
story.
Peter.
Nick Reiner.
Hungarian migrants.
And there he is.
Janet Howard. John Howard.
Wow, it's a bevy of Prime Ministers.
Good
Past and present.
Elected now.
Yeah, what is it? What's the group?
A collective of Prime Ministers, I'm not sure what that would be.
Yes, a roll call of people there as the 57th Parliament of New South Wales will be led by the first elected female Premier of this state, Gladys Berejiklian.
Thank you so much, everybody. A short time ago, I took a phone call from the Leader of the Opposition, Mr Daly, who conceded that the next government formed in New South Wales that the next government in New South Wales will be the Berejiklian-Barilaro government. I want to thank Mr Daly for the call, obviously, but also to him and every single person who put themselves up for election in this wonderful contest. Ladies and gentlemen, can I please send this strong message to the community? Whether or not my government is a majority government or a minority government, we will work closely with the 3 independents that are elected in the New South Wales Parliament, and that is so important for stability and strength here in New South Wales. But ladies and gentlemen, first and foremost, I want to thank the people of this great state for having confidence in me and my government. One of the deepest privileges of my job is to visit the great people across this great state, every corner of this state, and we will continue to govern for all of us, for all of you. Can I start by thanking the Deputy Premier and the Leader of the Nationals, John Barilaro. John has ably led his party in our government, and I want to commend them for running such a strong campaign and acknowledge the work ahead for both of us. Can I thank my hard-working Deputy Dom Perrottet, who's probably still on TV, and can I thank so deeply and earnestly every single one of my colleagues. If I start mentioning names now, it won't end, but my colleagues have been focused and disciplined and working hard for the people of this state, and that's why we're in this position. I want to acknowledge all of them. Can I also acknowledge candidates from all sides who put up their hand and perhaps were not successful this evening? Thank you for making our democracy strong in New South Wales. We appreciate your efforts. And none of us would be here tonight if it were not for the Liberal Party. And I'm very proud that this evening, for the first time in nearly half a century, the people of New South Wales have seen fit to give us our third term in government. And most proudly, I stand before you tonight to say that the Liberal Party still will not concede a single seat lost in this election.